We do, of course, have the Super Bowl coming up, and there was some questions going around, like, what is the advertising going to look like right now? There's a lot of backlash against the idea of wokeness and the culture around wokeness. Certainly, advertising is fertile ground for divisive content in the past, but right now I found this article that says, Super Bowl ads avoiding woke politics to appease constrained consumers, tightening their belts in the Biden economy. This is, of course, a Breitbart article. I was going to say it's a John Nolte article, but it's not. But.
Well, Variety reported it as Super Bowl advertisers are poised to play things safe, fearing social media backlash. So I assume they don't want to pull a Bud Light, even though that's not where the Dylan Mulvaney controversy originated. They're leaning toward humor and non-controversial celebrities.
Yeah, I saw. Did you see the one of like David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston? It's like, have we met before? And it's like that's what it seems like. All these Super Bowl commercials are becoming again. It's like
nostalgia.
A callback. It's nostalgia for millennials and Gen Xers.
Like David
that's where
Beckham
most of it's
and
going.
Victoria Beckham. And
Yeah. Do you guys? I guess Mary's younger, but like. Do you remember the heyday of like the Super Bowl commercial when it was like a big deal to watch the Super Bowl commercials? I still think of back in the day with all the great old Bud Light, the actual Budweiser ads for like Real Men of Genius or the frogs and stuff back in the day.
Like beautiful women and like beers. Yeah.
Before Bud Light became like a no-no word, a no-no topic, you know, they actually knew how to advertise to the average American. And that's just not the way things are going right now. So this is what this says. It says, life generally is more difficult for consumers. They are more constrained, says Michelle Dinian, Vice President of U.S. Oreo Operations. I love that. She told the outlet, I think you'll see those brands that lean into nostalgia, humor, emotion at the Super Bowl. Those brands will resonate with the consumer. And they seem to be going the same way with the Super Bowl halftime shows, which all seem to be kind of, thank you, all seem to be kind of pushed towards millennials and nostalgia. It's Usher this year, right?
Yeah, Usher. Well, last year it was Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
Remember when there was like a backlash to Rihanna's performance because she was wearing a red outfit?
Yes, it was satanic.
Construed as demonic because the color red is like Satan holding a pitchfork.
And of course, the year before that was Shakira and
J-Lo, right? And they got
bad.
a lot of backlash because they were, twerking on national television. It was supposed to be a family event.
Yeah, it was like J-Lo's daughter was also dancing on stage too.
Oh, really?
Or one of their daughters, I think, was like a backup dancer, and people weren't happy about that.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm.
But they say they're bringing back the Clydesdale horses for Bud Light this year. But it's not.
They got
just that.
Shane Gillis sponsoring them now.
Is that the I Love Twins commercials?
I think so.
Budweiser. Okay,
Yeah.
Budweiser used to do that. Yeah, they used to be a lot more, I don't know, masculine.
And
Hot Women and Beer sells itself. I don't know why they needed to pivot in the first place.
Also, like there was articles going around like what trailers are going to come out for movies this year, and a lot of like, look, a Super Bowl commercial costs millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's not cheap. Like unless you have a real investment in like a big budget blockbuster movie, I don't even see how it's worth your time. They did
Deadpool trailer?
Yes, I do think we'll end up getting. Or no, it was Disney one of the ones. There was a couple of companies that came out and said they weren't advertising this year. But
you guys know Ian was in a Super Bowl commercial, right?
Wait, really? Which one?
Was it Double Mint gum or like Spearmint, some kind of gum commercial?
It was.
I know there was like a toothpaste, right?
No, it was a gum commercial.
Yeah,
it was
a
gum
commercial.
It was gum. Yeah.
I want to find that on YouTube.
But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. You were wondering when we were going to get here.
Yes.
Okay, before we get into this, has anybody noticed in the last couple of years a real push online towards gambling and like advertising gambling?
Yeah, gambling is...
Like, they make sentimental gambling ads. Like, sentimental football gambling ads. Because it's the only addiction you're allowed to, like, exploit now openly. It feels like. Well, it's not just the game that you can bet on this year. You can bet on Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl this year, guys.
Yes, these are prop bets that are going up right now. People are putting their money on...
Orbit's gum. It was Orbit's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yep.
Okay,
Continue.
I'll look for that. Here are the following outcomes that you can bet on for the Super Bowl. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift on field after the game? Will Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announce their first pregnancy at the Super Bowl? That's funny. I don't think I would want to be proposed to on national television, but maybe Taylor
How
Swift
do
would
you
be
guys
into
feel
that.
about that? Okay, so how do you guys feel about the public proposal? Because a lot of people see it as emotionally blackmailing.
It depends. It depends on the couple. I've seen it on the Jumbotron
Yeah.
at sports games before, and it makes it awkward if you don't know your answer.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be proposing unless you're sure she'll say yes anyway, right?
It's like a lawyer. Never answer a question you don't already. Never ask a question you don't already know the answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope it's something you've discussed before if you're going to do it publicly.
Yeah.
Right. And then there were other questions like, what lipstick shade will she be wearing? Will Taylor Swift be seen crying if the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl? Will Taylor Swift endorse Joe Biden after the game? Will Donald Trump mention Taylor Swift on Truth Social on the day of the game?
Look, I'm all in for Fetterman 2024, so my hope is that she endorses Fetterman.
Well, he's down, out, and divorced right now.
I'm hoping that she
He needs a boost.
I hope that she dumps
Poor guy.
Kelsey for Fetterman and he runs against Biden in 2024. That's what I want.
Why do they think Trump is going to mention her on Truth Social that day?
That would be so funny.
And why would that matter considering
that
nobody
happens.
actually uses Truth Social?
Also, bets on how many times Taylor Swift will be shown on camera during the CBS telecast. Will Taylor Swift be seen mouthing a curse word during the telecast?
My favorite meme, it said like this year's Super Bowl is red versus red Taylor's version because both teams have red logos.
Also, this is bizarre. Will Taylor Swift's navel be shown on the CBS telecast? Why would
just
that
weird.
even be a question? I don't know. And which will have more diamond carats, the Taylor Swift engagement ring or the Chiefs Super Bowl ring?
Obviously, her engagement ring.
Does the Super Bowl ring have real diamonds?
Yes, I would assume so. I don't think they're giving them
Wow.
cubic zirconia for the Super Bowl.
I'm saying all of the above.
Yeah. Well, how
my
many
money on
times? Like
all of it.
It's
Yes.
what they're calling it the Swift effect, anyways. Like that's what they're calling all of this increased marketing push for everybody. It's why they're all trying to grab a piece of it. It's why people get so mad at us for covering it every day, but it's culturally relevant. And I was telling Mary this before the show. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. When we were covering Barbie, and Barbie was this huge cultural moment for entertainment over the summer, I was, you cover everything every day and you try to be as fair towards everything, share your opinion. And I'm like, is this ever going to end? But I could always see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, look, it's a movie. It will eventually be out of the news cycle. It still gets brought up from time to time because of the Oscars and stuff like that. But look, unless like something happens, like I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, there may just have to be a moratorium on this stuff at a certain point where I'm just like, look,
You need to shut down all coverage of Taylor Swift
because
until we figure out what the hell is going on.
Mary's like, look, I like it because I'm a girl and I like to psychoanalyze people. And I was like, I don't.
It's kind of what we do as women.
Yeah.
We read into things.
Yep.
We like to analyze social interactions constantly.
Yeah.
It's
and-
funny though, because Brett, you are like literally the opposite of Barbie and the opposite of Taylor Swift.
Yes. So
What do you
every
mean by
day-
that?
Every day
Like
I'm in
you
a prison of
embody
my own
everything
making.
that is not Taylor Swift and not Barbie.
That's aspirational.
I'm
I mean,
beautiful.
a skater who wears black every day, and I don't know, like I
I'm
mean,
in a prison of my own making here at work.
I have praised you for dressing in an apolitical way.
Yes.
No one would know your political leanings by how you look.
I love it.
Do you
That's
agree?
true. Yeah, no, I would have never known that Brett was
Yeah.
like a hardcore libertarian.
That's maybe I think I told Mary, I said that's the greatest compliment anyone's ever given me. You dress politically neutral. That's a fantastic compliment for
It's the
anyone.
glasses.
Is it really? So if
Yeah.
I took them
The
off,
neutral
now
glasses.
now I'm suddenly
Whoa.
what? Now I'm
Super conservative.
I'm not a Democrat
Yeah,
now.
no.
That's too bad. Yeah. So we'll wait and see what happens with all this stuff. I still find it weird that gambling is as promoted as it is. Like you can't go through an app nowadays without seeing. Like you can't scroll through X without see MGM betting app ads or anything for sports book on any of these apps now. And it's such a big thing and I just don't get it. I mean, I get why they do it because it's like a $1 billion industry, but it's still something that you can get addicted to. Like they're not
Right.
like, you don't see like, here's an ad for crack. Like,
Well, the disclaimers are the same as you would see on an alcohol commercial.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly and
bet
gamble
respons-
responsibly.
Bet responsibly.
And
But
you don't know
I do
how,
see it a
like,
lot.
You don't know how old these people are that are seeing these ads on apps and stuff like that either.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure
true.
a lot of people lie about their age on Instagram or on TikTok.
There have been so many scams peddled by YouTubers to their audiences of minors out there. They've gotten in trouble. There's a lot of gambling in this area too because we're around a big casino.
Yeah.
Lots of slot machines just in a random bar. I never saw that before moving here.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
And they're always
tabs.
occupied. There's people playing them.
It's crazy.
Pull tabs were like a big thing in Minnesota, even not at casinos and stuff like that.
What is that?
I don't even remember how they work, but it's like it was a form of gambling. What would be funny is like I would my uncle used to he bartended at like several different places, but one of them was like a dive bar type place, and you'd go in there and there would be like pull tabs up to the knees of some people, like on the floor.
Oh. Is that like tickets you can collect?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I was too young to gamble at the time.
Yeah.
So, and gambling was never my thing of any sort. So, and I stayed away with it. Like, so it's like sometimes I would have to go. Like, people would go to the casino here, and if you're in recovery, you're not supposed to gamble either. It
Right.
works on the same part of your brain. It does. To me, I don't see anything pleasurable about losing your money, but what can I say?
I know Tim loves a good gamble, but
yeah.
he's responsible about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like he'll go into detail about these like intricate stories about like these crazy betting scenarios he goes through, and then he's like, and I was betting $200, and I'm like, oh, like which for me is a lot of money. For Tim, it's just not a lot of
most,
money, right?
yeah.
So
Well, he's memorized like every stat, like for poker, and he's memorized all the books, and like he doesn't just gamble in the traditional
It's
sense.
a hyperfixation.
Yeah. No, he's straight going with the math, and the maths and the logic.
I did like reading a bunch about like all of the psychological like work that casinos put into how they can get people to stay. Everything from the way that the slot machines in the casino is designed to not have clocks on the wall, so there's no passage of time. There's no windows or doors, invisible sights. So there isn't like like if you get there in the morning and it's night when you leave, it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. So it's like that, and they pump oxygen into the room and stuff like this. All of this, the sounds that you hear,
Yeah,
it
it
always
feels
sounds like
weird.
someone's winning. Like all of the work that has been done to keep people in the casinos.
And of course, smoking inside, so
Yes.
you don't have to take a break.
Yep. Alcohol being of a cheap alcohol is basically like fed to you by attractive women, and who would want to leave?
Sounds like heaven.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to show this video of Swifties who are throwing Taylor Swift themed Super Bowl parties because women are finally into sports.
Look, men everywhere are like, at least now she's not complaining about watching football on Sunday.
It's so annoying. It's like you're such a clean slate.
This is your sign to throw a Taylor Swift themed Super Bowl party. Saturday might be for the boys, but Sundays are now for the girls since Taylor has entered the chat.
We got all of the decor for this party from Amazon, including this red shimmer backdrop and this neon sign that says it's a love story. It's an absolute must and perfect for our Trav and Tay.
How cute are these giant friendship bracelet garlands we made? Look out for a separate tutorial later on how to recreate these.
You'll want to have snacks for your party. Try this easy charcuterie made inside Travis Kelce's number 87 and cupcakes with football and disco ball toppers.
Make these sturdy Shirleys extra sparkly by adding in red glitter for the ultimate crowd pleaser. You can't watch football without beer, so this tower keeps the beer chilled all 4 quarters.
Now you're ready to set the stage with all the little details
She had to like stop. She goes, how many quarters are in a game?
that make the party complete. We're also adding flower arrangements, Travis Kelce's jersey, and football for table decor.
Now here's how it all turned out. Everything is from Amazon and delivers quickly no matter if you're a planner or a last minute girly like us. Now who are you guys rooting for? Because we're Team Taylor's boyfriend. This is your...
God.
A last minute girly.
I can't. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.